This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com, featuring Annabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Annabay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slip covers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Labor Day sale and get 35% off paints and stains August 22nd through September 4th. With prices starting at $31.84, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
The Mo Kelly Show, KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk. Chris Merrill in for Mo tonight. Pleasure to be with you. You can listen anytime on demand on the iHeart Radio app. And as always, you can offer us some feedback on that app if you like. Mark, I'm going to call you out early. I was doing the Sunday show yesterday. And you and I got called out by one of the listeners.
I don't believe it.
It's true.
Okay.
It's true. And
what have we done?
Well, he's asked you to bring your A game.
To what exactly?
Well, here it is.
Okay.
Listen now. Here's what he said.
Chris, I can't wait to hear you on the Mo Kelly Show tomorrow, Mark. You guys are crazy. I want to bet with my wife because I told her it would take 3 to 5 seconds for you and Mark to say something crazy. You guys talked about Jimmy Carter and his glow-in-the-dark urine. Hey, while you're there, can you ask if why don't Mo Kelly take on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in a spar? I'll pay $50 on that. The old versus the bold.
That was a lot.
Okay.
That was a lot.
And so what was the crazy thing that we were alleged to have said?
At some point, we must have talked about Jimmy Carter having glow-in-the-dark urine. I don't know when we did that, but we must have done that at some point.
I don't recall that, but I stand by it.
Yeah. I mean, it made sense, right? Probably abducted, that sort of thing.
Are you sure that was us? I'll stand by it anyway.
No, I'm not.
Even though I'm not sure it was us.
So we are more than 3 to 5 seconds in, and as a courtesy to that man's wife, we have not said anything too absurd quite yet.
Well, I believe in you.
Thank you. Let's put our noses in some butts.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about sex.
The serial butt sniffer is at it again. This is the guy that was just arrested not so long ago. He's been picked up one more time, this time for a mall in Burbank.
And the registered sex offender that made headlines for sniffing women's butts has been arrested again. 38-year-old Khalees Crowder was rearrested Wednesday after reports of yet another sniffing incident at a Walgreens store in Burbank. This is video of prior incidents. Crowder was already on parole.
You can't see video because it's radio.
And has a documented history of similar arrests for lewd conduct in both Glendale and Burbank, dating back to 2021. He's been charged with a felony and is now being held without bail.
All right, so keep your nose away from the cheese. It feels like this would be a really easy topic to take the low road. And normally I would.
So to speak.
But
the low road.
Thank you.
The dirt road.
I love that when I'm in with Mo and you're here, I actually have to play the straight man. I love that.
You think?
Yeah, it's great.
All right.
I absolutely love it. But we have actually an honor. The most overqualified tech director we've ever had is Sam, who's in here. And Sam is a therapist. And Sam also does sex therapy. And Sam is studying this sort of stuff as well, working on his PhD. I don't know, Sam. What is the deal here? Is this you didn't want to drive Uber, or why are you? I'm not questioning it. I love it.
This is my
but it's a little odd.
My sanity is at stake, and this is the only place where I get my sanity. I work with other people's mental health, and this is the one place in the universe where I feel like I'm sane.
You hear that, Tawala? We're the normal people in his world.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay, Sam. Here's a dude that has already been picked up numerous times for super creeping. Is that fair to say? Super creeping. The guy is following women at these different stores, has been caught on surveillance video, and he basically is sort of crouching down like he's looking at something at a bottom shelf. And then when the woman turns around that's in the aisle next to him, he sort of sneaks up behind her and just... Which, okay, I get that he has this odd fetish of some sort, right? And I'm not one to question somebody's fetishes. Everybody unto themselves. But this is criminal. And he's been arrested for it before, but he can't seem to stop himself. So let's, without examining the patient here, let's talk about what the possible motivation could be. Why can he not control himself? What is the compulsion? Why is it so strong that he would do something like that? Again, you're not diagnosing, you're just explaining how something like this could happen in the wild.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously there's impulse control issues and other mental health factors going on there. I don't want to go too deep into that stuff. But the fetish behind it is, he's pursuing the thing that he's totally into. And usually I have no problem with people and their fetishes, but the biggest issue here is a matter of consent. The people who he has to engage in his personal fetish with are people who are not consenting to what he's doing at all, and it's a total invasion of their space, of their privacy, and it is sexual harassment, a form of sexual assault.
Is it possible that part of his fetish is that there's no consent?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's part of the problem here. And you can... If the way that we look at things as far as mental health goes is that if it doesn't cause you distress, then we can't make a diagnosis. The problem is that he's violating other people's boundaries, and that's what makes it criminal and diagnosable. It's because it may be tied to some antisocial behavior. It may be tied to some kind of a few other things that we can point at, but without, looking and interviewing him and getting a full idea of what factors are at play with him, you can look at just the fact that he may have there's nothing wrong with having a fetish at all. It's the fact that you're violating other people's boundaries. If you're not harming yourself or harming others and it's not causing you distress, it's not a problem. This is harming others and causing distress for others. It may not bother him. Obviously, he gets caught routinely in Burbank. Right. My biggest thing is how long... Anytime this guy goes into a business, why aren't the cops immediately there just paying attention to him? There's cop cars everywhere in these shopping centers.
True. Yeah, and how many times are you going to get arrested before we say, okay, we're not going to give you the no cash bond or whatever the reason is that he's getting out so easily?
He's obviously a danger to the public here in Burbank. He is the Burbank butt sniffer. His story has traveled, it's gone viral around the world. He is a well-known figure here in Burbank. It's kind of horrifying.
Isn't it funny, though, that he's gone viral around the world because we've turned him into a two-dimensional character? That's why I wanted to talk to you about this, because as you made mention, there's so much more to it. There's other mental health issues. There's other stuff happening with this guy. And yet it's really easy to point at the goofy guy doing this really absurd thing where... While we talk about it being a form of sexual assault, no, the women were super creeped out, probably scared. But when we look at the video, we don't see somebody being physically harmed. That's not to say there isn't some sort of mental harm that goes with it, but we don't see the physical harm. So we almost feel a license to laugh at the guy. But I just feel like there's more to the story, and I don't know that we should necessarily dismiss it quite so easily.
Well, and the biggest part for me is the failing of law enforcement. How can you let a guy who's known as the serial Burbank butt sniffer find more opportunities to sneak into a Walgreens or a Walmart or the Target, an Empire Center, and go and have his sniff? You were talking about low-hanging fruit. He likes sniffing the low-hanging fruit.
Oh, man. I just, how do you know... I guess you kind of laid it out there a little bit. When the fetish is too much is when it causes harm. That's sort of the harm principle. If it hurts you, if it hurts them, then all of a sudden we go, okay, this is a problem. So how do you treat somebody that has a compulsion that is harmful either to themselves or to others?
That's you got to sit down and actually get to the root of why that thing is there, why that feeling is there. If there's ultimately, like, if this guy has some severe mental health issues, then the thing you have to do, no amount of talk therapy is going to get somebody who needs medication to be on medication. This guy's got mental health issues. And I can do talk therapy to get to the bottom of it, but I won't necessarily be able to take his compulsion away.
Yeah,
I can help him find ways to cope with it, and if he notices that the compulsion is there, I can help him find ways for himself to avoid getting himself into trouble. But I can't physically walk around with him and keep him from engaging in his compulsion.
No, of course not.
And if you do walk around with him, make him go first.
You see, Sam, this is why I have to. When in my life was I ever the straight man? But with Marauder here, I got to be the guy that maintains the balance on the ship. This is just wild.
And Mark should know better.
It's a really strange dynamic that I'm in.
These are valid observations, and
I'm not saying
Mark.
he's wrong. I love that we just talk past Mark.
Yeah,
It's my favorite. Like he's not in the room.
I want to know when this is going to be a Law and Order episode, because then I'm going to watch.
Oh, surely soon. Hey, is this possible, Sam? Is it possible that our serial Burbank butt sniffer is that this is like a chemical thing or a physiological problem that he's having? Or, as you made mention with the talk therapy, I mean, when you're in talk therapy, obviously you always say, how are you feeling? But we know what's going to happen. You're going to bring it back to their childhood.
Yeah, ultimately, I'm going to dig around and find, in the past where this whole thing started and help find ways to get to the bottom of all of it. No pun intended. But
Wait, but you just said dig around and get to the bottom. I'm just saying, what's happening, Sam?
Thanks for picking up on
I
that.
hate having to be the mature one. This is really difficult for me, guys. This is so challenging.
Yeah, no, it could be something that's physiologically wrong with the structure of his brain. It could be something chemically off. That's why I was saying medication may be the only way for him, but he also needs to be consistent with it and have talk therapy. So it's not just, covering up his issues with medicine.
I think he's going to end up doing a lot of time. I don't know how much time he ends up doing, though, because he didn't physically harm anyone. And our justice system isn't really set up for, you scared the dickens out of somebody or you gave this woman PTSD. He may get punished for that, but I don't think they lock him up and throw away the key for 20 years for that sort of thing. Which means that people might potentially still be in danger if he's not getting the help that he needs. I don't know if the courts are going to be able to mandate that or not. See, I tried to open the show with something very immature and make it mature, but unbelievable, you boys. Boys are the worst. Unbelievable. If there is any advice I can offer you in life, it is to think like a criminal. Although you're going to have to think better than these did. What they're up to is next. I'm Chris Merrill in from O'Kelly tonight, KFI AM.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anabay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slip covers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
640.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Listen anytime on demand of the iHeartRadio app. We have another name in the governor race. I'll tell you who that is coming up here after Mark's 7:30 news. First, you've heard of being Rick-rolled. How about Rich-rolled? That's the latest. You heard Ronner talking about this right at 7 o'clock, and that is the Rich-rollin' Bandits.
We talked to LAPD Chief Jim McDonald. He told us that the 10-person burglary crew are career criminals, and they're responsible for nearly 100 home break-ins across the city of Los Angeles.
It's from ABC 7. So, when you are a career criminal, that's not the kind of thing that you Just thinking of careers. Going to your kid's school on career day and they ask you those questions like, what kind of training does one need to become this sort of career? Nope.
This crew, which had victimized families and businesses, is no longer a threat to our neighborhoods.
This morning, LA leaders announcing the takedown of the Rich Rollin burglary crew. The operation took place last Wednesday.
At 5 a.m. on the 20th, teams from West Los Angeles area and Operations West Bureau, along with detectives from North Hollywood, West Valley, Olympic, Hollywood, Wilshire, and Central areas, served warrants at 8 residents across Los Angeles.
Wow.
Take a look. This map shows you the neighborhoods across Los Angeles where the break-ins were happening.
I can't see it. It's radio.
92 took place in the city of Los Angeles, nearly half in West LA. An additional break-in was reported in LA County.
10 suspects, all adult career criminals with prior arrests for violent and property crimes, have been identified. 10 are confirmed gang members.
The majority of the home break-ins happened this year and last year, but some date back to 2022. Police officers recovered handguns, drugs, burglary tools, and stolen property, from designer purses to wallets and jewelry.
These are not crimes of need. These are crimes of greed. I want the burglars and the robbers to know that if we don't get you that day, we're going to get you.
Now, LAPD Chief Jim McDonald also telling us that they do not believe that this specific burglary crew is tied to the home break-ins that we've seen over the summer in the Encino area. But they want the community to know they are working very hard behind the scenes to make an arrest in those cases as well.
All right.
Reporting in Los Angeles,
yes.
Monica de Anda, ABC 7.
All right, thank you, Monica.
We talked to...
So how many crews do we have operating right now? Didn't we put together a big task force to try to take down organized crime? Wasn't that, or organized theft rings? Wasn't that supposed to happen?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I guess this is evidence that they are. But how many organized theft rings do we have if this one, which was responsible for hundreds of crimes, is not related to the other ones that are going on? And I also didn't get the feeling that this is that South American crime, I don't know what you call them, troubadours. That's a different one altogether too, right?
Yes, that's the problem. You take down one, another one pops up. It's like Hydra. Take down one, two more pop up.
So I feel like we probably need the president to militarize L.A. to make this stuff stop. Did you see that all of the crime went away in D.C.?
Yeah.
Yeah. Crime completely ceased to exist in D.C. I mean, outside of the Capitol and the White House. But other than that, completely ceased to exist. There is none.
Well, we need some of that here.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
So more National Guard troops. More, let's just send in the military. Joking, of course, I don't support sending in the military to enforce domestic policy. However, I do want to congratulate the LAPD and all the other partners who got this done. And the chief, Jim McDonald, should take a bow. That's great. He earned it. Happy to hear about that. Would like to see more. Saw that the big break in this case really came when they made an arrest, as he said, you heard in the audio, in February. So they made this arrest in February, and he doesn't really connect the dots on how that arrest turned into today's giant bust. So was it just solid police work where we tracked the thing, we tracked down fingerprints and tire tracks? What else? Mark, you watch more crime shows on Tubi than I do, so you probably know. Or was it that they got a snitch? Is that what? Did they get somebody to roll on everybody else?
I would only be guessing.
Go on. Guess.
I don't think I want to engage in conjecture. I think the facts will come out pretty quick. Especially, it sounds like they're promoting these arrests a great deal, so they want us to know the details.
I want to know if these guys snitched, because you know what happens to snitches.
I've heard.
Yeah.
And
I feel like medical care in prison is better than street medical care, but it's still not what I would choose. If I need stitches.
Hey-o. Sam's a little... He's not looking at the rim shot button as he should.
He doesn't even know where the rim shot button is, yeah. I just appreciate that Tawala gave us the courtesy laugh to make up for it. Thank you.
You're welcome,
Thank you, T-Sharp. I love you, buddy.
Yeah, man.
All right, we've got a new name in the governor race. It's a name you may not have ever heard of before, but I got a feeling you're going to. I mean, he may have some appeal, especially in the Bay Area, but certainly bleeding some appeal here in Southern California as well. That's next. Chris Merrill in from Kelly, KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
The Mo Kelly Show, KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. I'm Chris Merrill in for Mo. I just found myself going down the rabbit hole here after I was listening to Mark's newscast there. El Mayo arrested, will die in prison, says the prosecutor. Well, he's 72 and he's in poor health, so yeah, that's probably going to happen. I didn't realize he was one of the founders of the Sinaloa cartel. That's something. Which means that if I go back and watch Narcos again, I'm probably going to see his character somewhere, aren't I?
Oh, yeah, I got to get caught up on that show, too.
Yeah. So good. Imagine having the name El Mayo, and then you end up in an American prison, and everybody starts calling you Mayo. Wonder how much influence he has in the American prisons. Like, do these guys run the yard?
He's going to gang up right away.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
You think they just instantly follow him, or does he have to, get jumped or whatever to get into the gang?
Oh, this is where you're going to start pulling out all your prison terminology again. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Do they have to jump him in or no?
yeah, jumped in.
I would assume that he has probably earned some status walking into the prison. You realize he had never been arrested for anything until last year? Never been arrested for anything.
I'm not sure if that's high fives or not. Do we high five on that?
No, I think it just shows you how corrupt things are in Mexico and how difficult the honest people in Mexico have had ridding themselves of this scourge that is the drug cartels. That you've got these kingpins who are just operating with carte blanche. There's nothing stopping them from doing anything. That's crazy to me. Crazy. We're going to send the army in to take care of that. America is going to invade Mexico to take care of the drugs. Just watch.
And they're going to hold the Mayo. You got that? Still no rim shots. He just doesn't care.
Tawala, are you here? All of a sudden, my headphones just went dead, and I missed whatever Mark said.
That was rough, man.
It was really tough.
Both of you, come on.
That was rough. Mark.
I walked out of the room on that one.
Yeah.
I'm kind of pissed I didn't think.
All three of you. Okay.
I mean, the guy's incarcerated, which means that America is going to hold the Mayo, right? I mean, I'm kind of upset with myself, to be honest. I mean, good for you. I'm a little disappointed in myself.
Rough crowd.
You realize they should never, ever, ever have us do a live show together on the Patreon.
Not without a better warm-up act.
Can you just imagine how disastrous it would be? Like, the whole audience would be like, what? These guys are just trying to entertain themselves. That's all they do.
No,
this is it.
It'd be like a Nancy Mace crowd. There'd be like 8 people there.
That would be it. You're exactly right. It'd be the guy going, you guys got any free T-shirts? Can I get something for free?
Yep.
That would be exactly what happens. There is another Democrat throwing his hat in the ring for California governor, and I had not heard of the dude. But he also acknowledges that's part of his appeal. Ethan Agarwal, I believe. Is that how you say his name? Agarwal? He's joining the crowded race for governor as a Democrat, and in his words, who believes in capitalism. According to Axios, Agarwal already lining up fundraising events. He's got some other big-time tech people lining up, so the technocracy is getting behind him, I guess, including some venture capitalists and things like that. He has founded 2 startups. He's raised over $100 million from venture capitalists as well. Gavin Newsom, of course, term limited, so now this guy may be getting into the race. He said his pet issue is ending CEQA. That is the environmental regulation, of course. He said, we're losing people to other states because our housing and energy are too expensive. Those are infrastructure problems that have been allowed to get out of control because CEQA gets used maliciously. What is the term on this? It's not blue dog Democrat, which is what we used to hear before. It's there's another political term that people are starting to use right now, where it's kind of like I don't know, some sort of a capitalist. What do they call that now? Like a democratic capitalist or something of the sort. Do you remember what
corporate dem?
What is it?
A corporate dem?
Kind of along those lines. Yeah, it's similar to that. God, I saw this in another story. And I'm trying to remember because I think it really fits exactly what it is. Expect him, they say, to target young voters as well as Indian American voters and tech workers. He is Indian American in his heritage. He says he fiercely supports capitalism and meritocracy. Believes California could use some business and tech acumen to fix things in a way that other candidates in the race won't. He draws a bright line between his politics and those of fellow Democrats like Elizabeth Warren and Zoran Mamdani. I can't say the guy's name. That's the guy who's running for mayor in New York that can't bench press, if you missed that news over the weekend. And, he basically just wants to ease regulations. So, abundance. That's what it is. It's the new abundance movement. There it is. Abundance, which is like you're socially liberal, but you also want to do business promotions, right? You want to push for that. Yeah. Okay. So is he going to have the kind of oomph that it takes? Now, I've often described myself as being socially liberal and fiscally conservative, but as I've read a number of different analysis of the country, I'm kind of in the minority. So I find out that the country is more socially conservative, which is why the trans rights issues were such a big deal of the last election. We're very concerned about trans individuals having too many rights and LGBTQ and everything else that freaks people out. And now, I mean, we see what that's done. Let's put a president in who's cracking down on DEI and these sorts of things, which I'm actually okay with a lot of those things. But the country is actually more fiscally liberal. So we're more socially conservative, but more fiscally liberal. In other words, we're willing to spend more money on a number of different services and such if we believe that it helps people in general. But as far as helping individuals who are a little different, then we say, well, no, I'm not comfortable with that. I tend to be the other way around, where I say, look, you be you do what you want. We'll try to accommodate as best we possibly can, as long as it doesn't become an undue burden on the rest of society. But as far as businesses go, we're going to keep an eye on you and make sure you're not taking advantage of things. We're not going to let greed run the day. But for the most part, do what it takes to make money. And I don't like the idea of using environmental quality to try to stifle businesses. So that's kind of where I am. But again, in reading a number of different analysis of the country, I'm actually in the minority. I thought I was cool. The rest of the country says, not so fast. Meanwhile, Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco is also running for governor. He's running as a Republican. Had him on the show before. He's a nice guy. New report, though, taking aims at a number of his claims, identifying him as the sheriff with California's worst crime-solving record. Wow. The Center on Juvenile and Criminal Justice in San Francisco pointed out that the Riverside County Sheriff's Department solved less than 10% of violent and property crimes between 2019 and 2024. The only county in the state that failed to reach double digits. Is that even possible, that you're not solving even 10% of violent and property crimes? Is that... Like, property crimes, I understand. If we're going to talk about tagging, if we're talking about, B&Es, somebody breaking into a car and stealing, I was going to say stealing your CDs, but I guess that hasn't happened in the last 20 years. But, I understand that. But violent crimes, there's usually a high priority on that. Rape, murder, assault, that sort of thing. You would think that there would be an emphasis in not solving even 10%. Seems really odd to me. In fact, I was surprised when I heard a crime stat. Hold on, let me bing this real quick. Let me just see. How many murders go unsolved? Good Lord. There are almost 350,000 homicide and, non-negligent manslaughter cases over the last 60 years. Clearance rate in most states on murder cases. Let me see. I've got the actual stats in front of me. Most states are going to be in that 60 to 80% range. Let me see. In California, we're at 62%. So, I mean, is he dragging down our stats? I don't know that I believe the report from the Center on Juvenile and Criminal Justice, because it just seems really difficult to buy into fewer than 10% of crimes get solved. Bianco pushing back against what he calls a political hit piece from a disingenuous source and contributors, claiming the state data is fatally flawed, as officials were intentionally trying to obtain data in a way that would paint a negative picture. Saying Riverside County Sheriff's Office is one of the most efficient and successful agencies in the country at protecting our communities. And Riverside County residents know it. Okay. There you go. Yeah, I don't know that I would say the most efficient in the country. Look, just because I doubt the numbers on one side doesn't mean I'm going to believe whatever crap you throw at me on the other side. But fewer than 10% of the violent and property crime cases being solved seems odd to me. It just doesn't seem like reliable numbers. I don't know, maybe it is. Maybe he's just really terrible and we've all been hoodwinked. The hell if I know. Did you happen to see, Mark, Tawala, Sam, did you guys see if we solved the Epstein case yet? Did you happen to catch that? Because I know that the committee was getting the Epstein files. So Did we figure out where the list is yet?
My understanding is that the files released last week, only 3% of the information in them was new.
Wait, no, Mark.
What?
Mark, you're wrong. What you've got to understand is that the UFO files that were released last year sometime actually supersede the Epstein files, and that's where the blockage is. And it's getting the full
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Pam Bondi's Epstein files are buried under Pam Bondi's UFO files.
Yes.
Well, I misunderstood. I can't apologize enough.
Yeah.
You should.
Well, they're actually on board the UFO that they're researching in the files. They put the Epstein files on board.
That's right.
There you go, Sam. There you go.
Yeah.
We're going to talk to Nori about that later, apparently.
They asked Ghislaine Maxwell about that, and she said she never set foot on the Epstein spacecraft. It never happened.
Everybody seems to wrestle with that name, don't they?
No, not me. I know exactly what I'm not saying right.
Oh, okay. All right.
But that's her name.
That's what I'm saying.
I love
the latest, because there is actually a little bit of news that cracked this afternoon about Epstein. Because by
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anabay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
God, we're going to find that list.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Chris Merrill in from O'Kelly tonight, KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk. Listen anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app. I am having some great difficulty with the Epstein saga. And let me explain. The notion that there is no list is ridiculous. It is, as Wallace Shawn would say, inconceivable. Because we know that Ghislaine Maxwell is doing time for trafficking, which means that there were victims of trafficking, which means there is a list of victims who were trafficked, which means, voila, there is a list. Now, the victims have said who are some of these others that were being, and they've identified individuals. There is most certainly a list. Is it a completely damning list? Is it admissible in court? blah, 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 all these other questions. No. No one else has been arrested for this. To the best of my knowledge, and correct me if I'm wrong, I would love to be wrong on this, but no one else has been arrested for any of the shenanigans around Epstein or Epstein Island, right? So all of these rumors about people that may have been there, big name celebrities, Prince Andrew, Bill Gates, Stephen Hawking, that one always threw me. Obviously, Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Bill and Hillary had their own little villa with the never-ending stream of masseuses, whatever it is. Nobody else has ever been rung up on this. Nobody. And then we keep saying there's obviously more to the story. Now, I don't know why all of that information is not being provided, other than to say that there is a reason the information is not being provided. There is a reason we're not finding out. There is a reason that Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, said that, oh, yes, we've got it. It's on my desk. But now suddenly there is no list. That's baloney. There is a reason that, one, she said she had it, and two, now she says there is no list. I never had anything. These are not the droids you're looking for. I just don't know what that reason is. And I know a lot of you are speculating, well, it's because Trump is on the list. But the reasonable question on the other side of that is, if Trump is on that list, why didn't the Biden administration leak that information? Right? It would have been very beneficial in a campaign for the presidency. Why didn't Kamala Harris leak that information? Sure would have helped her chances. Okay. So that makes good sense that either Trump is not on the list, or there was something so compromising that even revealing Trump on the list in order to try to win the presidency is still hang on, let me go back. Revealing him on the list is still more dangerous than just denying that there is a list at all. In other words, somebody would either he's not on the list, or the Democrats would have rather lost the presidency than for that list to become public. It's got to be one or the other, right? I just don't know what the deal is. Now, you've got Congress that says, we want to see the list. We want to see all of the Epstein information. And as you heard Mark and Tuala and Sam discussing earlier, it seems that any information that went to Congress, 3% of it is new? Is that what you said?
That's what I read today.
I did see that. Yeah, the Democrats are saying that it's already mostly all the public stuff anyway. Well, now the House Oversight has subpoenaed the Epstein estate, and they are looking for any quote-unquote client list or anything that could be construed as a client list. In fact, according to James Comer, this is his quote. Oh, he used the word construed too. Smart guys. Any document or record that could be reasonably construed to be a potential list of clients involved in sex acts, or sex trafficking facilitated by Epstein. That's what they want. You guys want to make a bet right now? I'm going to bet that they just can't find anything. I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm betting that for some reason, we searched it all, couldn't find anything. Had no idea what was going on. This was Jake Tapper at CNN talking about it.
Quote, reviewing the possible mismanagement of the federal government's investigation of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, the House Oversight Committee today announced that they will be interviewing former U.S. Attorney Alex Acosta on September 19th. Acosta, as you might remember, is the former Trump labor secretary who way back in 2007, 2008 negotiated that sweetheart plea deal with Jeffrey Epstein. The committee is also issuing a subpoena for the Epstein estate, demanding to see NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, and Epstein's last will and testament, and that alleged birthday book, and any potential list of clients involved in sex acts, or sex trafficking. All of this follows the Friday afternoon release by the Justice Department of a transcript and audio of its interview with Ghislaine Maxwell, the convicted sex trafficker and Epstein associate, in her interview with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche.
This is the interview where she said, no, Trump's not on that list. No, I never did. Trump, I don't know the guy. Mar-a-Lago, first I've heard of it.
She denied there being any sort of Epstein client list, and she said she never heard allegations that President Trump acted inappropriately.
How is there no list? Ghislaine was recruiting young girls. She was trafficking young girls for sex with whom? That's your list. Doesn't mean that there's a spreadsheet somewhere. Doesn't mean that there's a little black book. There's definitely a list of people involved. It's not a question of if. There is. The crime has already been uncovered. We know that they were trafficking for whom? Right? It's like catching a drug dealer and being like, hey, who you dealing to? And they're like, oh, me? Nobody. Nobody's using drugs. Well, then how are you arrested for a drug dealer if you can't deal it to anyone? You see? Otherwise, you're just an illegal pharmacist. I just want to know who's on that list. And I want, more than anything, want people to stop lying to me. That's the big one. Stop treating me like I'm an idiot. If you're going to tell me that we're not going to release it in a matter of national security, I'm not going to be happy, but at least you stop lying to me. KFI AM 640, we're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. More stimulating talk.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anna Bay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anna Bay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slip covers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.